Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Talia recently said goodbye to Days of Our Lives. She left Salem University Hospital, leaving a gap in her wake. Her resignation was announced to the public in August via an Instagram post. The actress had posted a collection of videos that appeared to be a departure. But it still surprises me that Talia left the hospital less than 2 months after gaining a new position there. Although the new position seemed promising, it appeared that Salem had other ideas for her. Talia's stay in Salem has come to an end with this. From her tumultuous relationship with her abusive partner to the extramarital affair that drove Sean away, it's been quite the roller coaster. But why did Talia actually decide to leave Salem? On Days of Our Lives, Talia's departure from Salem was not something that was anticipated. She had just recently started a promising work at the hospital when things started to go south. Chaos resulted from a failing relationship with Chanel and a reckless one-night encounter with Sean. The already troubled marriage between Bill and Sean suffered greatly after this truth was made public. Days of Our Lives will soon feature Belle confronting Talia about her treachery. Talia will apologize, but it's clear that Belle isn't in the mood to be understanding. She even delivers a warning. Talia is forced to leave her Salem home as a result of this warning. She ultimately decides it's best to prevent further disputes and bids Salem farewell. Talia goes back to where she was before, in California. Jada is shocked by this option, but it seems like Talia didn't have much of a choice after what she did. Salem is left to fill the vacuum left by Talia after her abrupt departure. On Days of Our Lives, however, surprises frequently occur. To fill the void left by Talia's departure, we are hoping that Sarah will soon return to the hospital. As we bid Talia farewell, we can't help but worry how her departure will affect the lives of those still living in Salem. Talia was superbly portrayed by a Ketra civilian, and Days of Our Lives viewers will undoubtedly miss her. Are you also going to miss a Ketra as Talia? Post your comments with your ideas. Days of Our Lives has been tragically commemorating Abigail's birthday this week. The late daughter of Jack and Jennifer originally appeared on October 19, 1992, and died in the summer of 2022, over 30 years later. Now that Chad is at her grave, Lucas is berating Clyde for killing his niece, and for the first time in a very long time, the program is heavily harping on one of Days of Our Lives' most beloved legacy characters. When a character is mentioned frequently, it usually signifies they're returning, and on Days of Our Lives, this occasionally seems to be true even for deceased people. However, it isn't always the case. Since Abe's kidnapping, Nichols' brother Brandon has been mentioned quite a bit. But nothing has happened to far, and Abigail hasn't returned when we've had her here before. What matters is that Days of Our Lives is doing what you would anticipate may happen to anyone who lost the love of their life by delivering a story of severe loss. Not shockingly, this one time she is truly staying dead. Abigail didn't simply pass away. Her husband discovered her body after she was killed. That's not something you can get rid of in a few months or even years sometimes. When it comes to a deeper commitment, it is only natural for Chad to hesitate and shy away from Stephanie. Sadly, it also implies that the two are probably doomed. Despite Stephanie's patience, Chad is unable to satisfy her want for more. And as his and EJ's discussion about Clyde made obvious, he could still end up choosing the sinister route of retaliation. Perhaps one day he will be able to truly comprehend what took place and what he lost. But as Days of Our Lives is increasingly demonstrating, that time is not right now. Therefore, while Abigail is unlikely to return, it's possible that her ghost will never fully leave Chad. Days of Our Lives actor Carson Boatman, Johnny, only recently revealed the wonderful news that he and his wife, Julana Dizon, were expecting a child. The kid was due in December, so the couple was already well on their way to parenting. So, with the baby's arrival only 2 months away, It was obviously time to celebrate with a baby shower that was attended by the happy couple's gorgeous puppy as well as friends, family, and other Salem residents. TV father Dan Fierigal, EJ, and half-brother Stefan were present, and Brandon Barish came with wife Isabella and their adorable new son Joaquin, with a fresh mustache, of course. On the eve of their first wedding anniversary, Lucas Adams and Shelby Wolford visited, putting their differences with Tripp and EJ aside. Of course, it wouldn't have been complete without Raven Bowens, Channel, and Lindsay Arnold, ex-Ally, Johnny's dearly missing twin. View the pictures below to see a very unique visitor from the day. If we're being really honest, the day's real star was that special guest, the pregnant couple's gorgeous dog, Willie. Though we're confident that will change once baby Boatman is born. He couldn't have been cuter with his little big brother bandana, and it's good to see the whole family there for the event. Boatman exclaimed, "Baby shower, check," and added, "Thank you to everyone who joined us this weekend. We adore you all and can't wait to meet our daughter." There is a limit of 20 individuals you can tag in a post, so here are the others. In order to send love to the mama and dada: Greg Reichardt, Leo, and Eric Martsolf, Brady, set aside their animosity for Kyriakis and Demira. And we at soaps.com wish the expecting parents nothing but the best. December will certainly arrive before they realize it. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, fans will see Clyde Weston once more. Typically, the bad guy is in jail or involved in an escape scheme. Clyde will threaten Ava Vitali this time. Threats are ultimately made against Tripp Johnson and Ava. What does this signify for Tripp's future, and how does Clyde relate to Ava? Find out what happens next in the Peacock soap opera by continuing to read. According to Duolo spoilers, Susan Banks was ultimately located in London by Ava and Harris Michaels. A confrontation with Edmund P. Crumb, Adam Kane, resulted from that. Susan claimed to only be aware of the fact that two guys delivered her to Edmund's door despite being questioned about how she arrived in London. At least it is what Edmund reportedly told Susan, who then informed others. Edmund then informed Tripp and Rafe Hernandez that Susan was delivered by a single man. As a result, certain details are already becoming muddled. Now that Susan has been saved, everyone is curious to learn more about her terrifying ordeal. While Susan appears to be certain about some things, she appears uncertain or coy about others. Fans will witness Ava get a threatening call while she and Harris are back in Salem. On October 17, 2023, Ava will experience a threat once more. Clyde will pose this menace. Then, it is intimated that Tripp too receives a threat. Although they might not be related, Clyde probably threatens Tripp in order to get to Ava. After all, Ava loves her son more than anybody else. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, E.J. Demura hired a hitman to murder Ava. Susan is still alive, so E.J. is starting to discover more specifics about what happened. This involves finding out that Susan was saved by Ava and Harris. E.J. also learned that Susan was never actually killed by Ava, since the eccentric psychic leaped out of the automobile just before it detonated. Why would Clyde care about Ava going back to him? Clyde was engrossed in E.J.'s death plot, after all. The last plot line for Abigail Demura also included Clyde, Orpheus, and Lucas Horton. Perhaps Clyde helped transport Susan to Edmund safely. It's also conceivable that Ava and Clyde engaged in some dubious activity that is only now coming to light. What does Tripp's future contain now that he and Ava are involved in yet another life or death situation? Tripp doesn't seem to mind a little danger now and then. Could Tripp grow weary of being a doctor and choose a profession requiring more blatant behavior? Could the slick doctor's pursuit of Ava and Tripp by Clyde mark the beginning of a new chapter? Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.